Set all that up. Get this going. Go live. Go live. There we are. I think I need to make that ticker thing brighter so people can see that. Let's make that brighter. Let's go 20%. Yeah, that's cleaner. I like that. Can you still see the chart through that? Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Move my... There's no way with that username. There's no way. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? All right, hold on. Let me get set up here. Let me jump to a fresh Bitcoin chart. Let's see. You know what? Let's just clear it. Start from scratch. Start from scratch. I think that's better. I like that idea better. What's going on? What's going on? Yo, what up, Matt? Is that Alltech? Hello, what's going on? Will said, oh, hold on. Campaign, what is this? Campaign, I don't want that. News pump, I don't like it. Usually a fake out. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Looks like we getting a delayed dump. Is that Fei Wu? What's up? What's going on? Undervalued baby food stocks. I swear you say things, Grayson, just to get a laugh. Just to get me to laugh. Where's my undervalued Gerber stocks, man? Where are we at? Where are we at with Gerber, man? Chill dad is a nut. What's up, Joe? Yeah. Let's look for some very specific stocks. All right, let's see on Bitcoin. I mean, the zone that I had on Bitcoin, where was it the daily? Hold on, I think it was the daily. Yeah. It was this daily zone that I was expecting price to come into, and we kind of tapped into this daily zone. It was also a 4-hour as well. So we rejected from both the 4-hour daily overlap on this supply side, and you could see price came right into this overlap here on the daily and let me get this all on the daily and 4 hours. So the 4-hour and daily overlap here, we came in and rejected out. You know, we may go back. That is a possibility, but there's really nothing on the 1 hour that would suggest that. I mean, the next closest maybe down here, but we've already tapped it once. So yeah, I mean, the next zone would be right here. This really small demand zone down here. I mean, that's like a tiny demand zone, but that would be the next potential zone that I could see price going to. What's going on? Hello, Nick. What's going on? Nick, are we still going up with meeting of Xi and Trump? See, I with the news stuff, it's very hard, man. Like, I don't really know with the news per se. Like, I don't really factor in. Like, I do, but I don't really. I'm not. You know, there's things to consider with news, but it could also be a sell the news event too. Like, we could also see that. Structure to me still supports downside, so I'm not really gonna change just because. But there's a lot of things that could potentially be brewing in the background. Not much hope. Not much, buddy. Hope you guys are great. You as well, man. You as well, Joe. Hope you're doing well. No dump for Bitcoin till later on. I mean, yeah, I mean, we're just going to have to be patient. Unfortunately, like 90% of investing is patience, and another 10% is actually enjoying what you were patient for. So a lot of it's just patience. What's up? Is that Beats by Blitz? What's going on? What's going on? Let's see. What do we got here? Over 80K. Yeah, I mean, we're still over 80K right now. But for me, nothing's really changed. Looking for polka bands to invest in. Oklo. Yeah, we could jump to Oklo. It's going to do a little liquidity sweep of 85K, which is the 0.32 fib before it goes down to 56. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at, Mike. You know, we'll see we'll see. You know, we still have a few different levels we need to pay attention to on the demand side. So we have this demand level here, and then this demand level here. So there's some two key areas we would need price to go through first. You know, this being the first level, this being the second level. But yeah, we'll just wait and see. I mean, we're kind of just in the middle ground right now between 89 and 60. So we'll just wait and see. Good morning, Sir Nick from PH. What's going on, AJ? What's going on? How far out are your expirations on option swings? Well, it depends on what the strategy is. If I'm taking a swing trade, like a swing trade, if I'm going to hold it for a couple days or a week, like I'm going to pick expiration dates that are, you know, maybe a month out, 2 months out, depending on my strategy. If they're more of like a day trade type thing where I'm trying to get in and out during the day, like they're going to be a shorter expiration date just to capture on some of that. So it really depends on, you know, the goal behind it. Is there a count for this pump? It's just the wave C for me. So if you look at it on the week, well, daily kind of shows it a little bit better. Let me clear the chart here, and then I think I can get all the daily in. Let me see here. Can I get all that in? Yeah. So the whole count to me was, let me take this magnet off. The magnet pisses me off. So this is the 1 up here, the 2 here, the 3 here, the 4 here, and the 5. This is just one big A wave, B wave, and then C wave up. That's really all the count is right now. And from a price perspective, the zone that I was anticipating price to come to, we're kind of in that range right now. 80 to 84 between the 1 and the 1.236, which is where wave C's typically go to. That is the typical zone, like the high probability zone, I should say, that price likes to go to. So we have the A wave up, the B wave down, and then the C wave push. Somewhere between the 1 and the 1.236, which is, you know, between 81 to 84. That was kind of my zone that I was looking at. Cup and handle, I guess it would depend on time frame you're looking at, because I don't really see a cup and handle, but I may be looking at a different time frame than you are. On the hour time frame, possibly. I don't really trade patterns, but I mean, maybe, like, you're talking about this maybe, and then this here. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. We're still in a 4-hour daily demand zone or supply zone though, so we kind of got to break through that first. That's the first order of things, is we came up to this zone and then rejected out of it. So this was the zone right here, this supply zone on the daily, and we popped up into it and then, you know, kind of dropped off of it. So we'll see, you know, we'll see what price continues to do from here. Someone said, you always get it wrong, bro. I don't know what you mean by get it wrong, but sure. I always get it wrong, apparently. Greetings. I hope you're ready for the upcoming bank crash and global currency reset. Is that Coach JV? I like Coach JV stuff, but I don't know if that's the real Coach JV, though, because the real, I think I respect it, but yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be a reset for sure. Do you still believe downwards? Yeah, no change. I mean, yeah, we've had a pump up, but this is just the wave C. I've said that since February. I've anticipated a wave 3. If you guys go back and watch my videos for February, I think these were the zones that I was paying attention to. Let me see here. Get this magnet off. Right there. And apply standard. So these were the zones I was paying attention to. 71 at the 382, 75, 78, and then 83 at the 786. So those are the zones. You guys can go back to February, watch, you know, the live streams on YouTube. Those were the zones I was paying attention to between 78 and 83. You know, we've had this ABC up. But again, you know, you don't have to believe me. I'm not convincing anyone to do what I do, but the structure still... I mean, this doesn't look like an impulsive wave up. It's just a very choppy, grind up wave. It's not really, you know, impulsive from that. Hoping to exit some puts that entered for salamander egg futures. Where's resistance? I can't read your comments, Grayson. Do you have any book recommendations for beginners? Yeah, 100%. I guess it would depend on what you want to learn from a book. I mean, Intelligent Investor is a good book. Trading in the Zone is a good book. Let's see. Elliott Waves Made Simple. If you want to learn Elliott Waves, that's a book you can read. Elliott Waves Made Simple. It's $10 on Amazon if you want to learn Elliott Wave. There's tons of investing books, but those are just a couple. Did the Clarity Act shit fuck our short? What's up, Eric? No, not by any means. I mean, it could be a sell the news event, guys. I mean, there's going to be volatility right now because it passed, but we'll see. Adobe. Adobe. Let's see what we got on Adobe. I think it. I don't remember when we did this, but I guess we did this on stream at some point. I don't remember. There's all these drawings from before. Let me clear that out. I mean, we're definitely in a deep correction, so that's for sure. You had this A wave down, B wave up, and then C wave corrective. Let's see if there's any zones. Let's see the monthly, if there's any zones on here. Or any zones that we're in. I mean, there's technically this zone, but it's been hit already once. Let's see, are we in this right now? No, we're not in that zone. We've already tapped that zone though, so we've came up, tapped this zone, and then came out. So this is a zone. I mean, there is this zone down here which is untapped. If price continues to fall, we could see between 179 to 166, but this zone's only been tapped, well, I guess once, 2 times, 3 times. So, you know, we'll see if that holds. There's really nothing here other than that. It would be those 2 zones. So that's where I would anticipate price to go, 222 to 209. And then if that fails, maybe down to 179. That's what I would expect with Adobe. Hood had a nice pump today. Hood had a nice pump. It actually pumped into supply and this was a zone that I was paying attention to on Robinhood on the daily. Was this zone up here. I had already taken profits on Robinhood calls, but because we were so close to the zone, I didn't want to wait. And, you know, we came up close to the zone and then rejected down and then popped up into it. So we're in this daily zone right here. The next daily demand zone's down here. So we have this supply up here, demand down here. So we'll see what price does up here. You know, you can see already on this daily side, on the supply side, let me zoom in. We pumped up into the supply and then gapped down. So that was a level I was paying attention to on Robinhood, but there is a nice supply zone down at around 73, which is good. Are you expecting dump here from here itself or price hit 87, 89 and then dump? I mean, for Bitcoin, it's tough right now. We're kind of in the middle. And when I say middle, this is what I mean. So if we look at Bitcoin, let me go to the monthly. Give me a second. So on the monthlies, this is what we got. This is the structure we've got so far. We get the magnet. So we have this demand down here, supply up here. And you can see price is just smack dab in the middle of it. So there is a potential probability chance that we go to test supply given we're closer, right? If we take a, I don't know, maybe a fib from here to here, we are at these 20, we're closer to the supply than we are demand. So the high likelihood that we could potentially come up here to 89, well, it's not really 89, it's, hold on, I'll give you the levels in a second. It is between 87,554 and 94,588. So that's our supply. Between 87,554 and 94,588. So we have this massive supply zone up here that hasn't been touched yet. We have this massive demand zone down here, which hasn't been touched yet. We're kind of in the middle. So your guess is as good as mine. Does it want to go up to 89? Does it want to come down to 60? I know what I'm betting on. Again, my thesis based on the way the structure is developing is lower. You don't necessarily have to agree with me, but that is what I am seeing based on this structure right here on the weeklies. So on the weeklies, we've had this push up, push down, and then push up. Let me move this out of the way. So to me, that's just a three-wave move. We have an up, down, up. And if we get rejected here at supply, then we should get something like this, and then a three-wave move down. So that's what I'm expecting, is a three-wave move up, three-wave move down. Do we go through this demand zone down here? Possible, depending on how much selling is happening. Do we push up through supply? Potentially, depending on how much buying there is. It really depends on how many buyers and sellers there are at the given time. So we can only go off of probabilities based on supply zones, based on Elliott Wave. This to me is a three-wave move, and we should go lower. So that's my sort of where I'm placing things. But if we pump through this supply, then yeah, I mean, we could revisit for sure. Could Hood come down to 50? There's a huge demand zone on Robinhood. I don't know if I necessarily see 50. There's this massive demand zone right here on Robinhood. Right here, this massive demand zone right here. So you'd have to get through that first, and that's between 63 to 69. Well, actually, technically between 66 to 69. So you got to get through this demand zone first before we even talk about 50. But it is a massive zone, so there's probably a lot of unfilled orders there. Let me see. What do we got? See you at 100K LMAO. Sure thing, Smokey. Is there a chance we get past all-time high? I mean, hey, you can take your bet. If you want to go to all-time high, then sure. But no, not really. This is not a cup and handle. On Bitcoin, I don't do cup and handle, so I'm not entirely sure what that is. What would happen if Bitcoin gets to 130-ish before taking out the 3 low? What would happen if Bitcoin gets to 130-ish before taking out the 3 low? I don't. Well, I mean, the structure would be very different if we were to pump above. Like, what you would be waiting for on Bitcoin if we were to take out... Again, there's a massive supply zone here, guys. You got to get through that first. So that is also something you got to get through before we even consider all-time highs. You got to get through this zone. You also have to get through... There's another supply zone at 84, so you got to get through that first as well. But once structure develops that support a thesis to the upside, then yeah, we can talk. But for right now, I mean, based on what I'm seeing, based on these supply and demand zones, I mean, the high probability to me is still down, but, you know, again, I digress. You still think Bitcoin going to drop? Yeah, I mean, but it takes time, guys. It's not going to happen overnight. Are you bullish on Bitcoin? I mean, long term, yeah, 100%. Long term, 100%. But at the end of the day, you got to decide, you know, what type of... Are you swing trading Bitcoin? Are you day trading Bitcoin? Are you long-term investing Bitcoin? It's a very different analysis depending on what you're trying to do. So yeah, I mean, short-term, there's some bullishness. What do we look like on midterm? What do we look like on long-term? You know, there's very different ways that you approach investing. You got to zoom out. You got to zoom out. You got to view the bigger picture. You got to look at things from a very high lens if you're long-term investing. If you're short-term investing, then yeah, sure. you know, that's a different way that you trade and a different way that you go about things. So, what do we got? What's up, Yellowstone? What's going on? Why do you like Elliott Wave so much? Well, it's not the only tool that I use. It's just one of them. You also got to factor that in too, Gons. You also got to factor that in too. So absolutely going vertical by next week. If not, she's done. Yeah, I mean, we're already getting rejected at this daily supply. So, you know, you got to get through that first. So we'll see if we get through that first. Journey going up is a corrective wave where we are currently in the last wave 5 in the AB in the B to C. Yeah, I mean the whole structure is just corrective. But I think people have too short-term focused. They were really scared down here and then really bullish up here, which, you know, it is what it is. But the whole structure is just a 3-wave corrective. So, you know, at the end of the day, you just gotta go with what price gives you, man. You gotta go with what price gives you. Do you think we push up on Hood? There's a huge supply zone on Robinhood that you'd have to get through first. There is this weekly. Oh, wait, you can't see that. Hold on. There's this weekly supply zone that could offer resistance. There's also a couple different dailies up there as well. So you'd have to get through those first. I mean, we had a nice pop today for sure. It was a pop off demand. So if you look at where we popped off a demand zone right here. So we created this demand zone right here. So we came down, created this demand zone on that pop. And then you can see this demand zone right here. We came down, tested it, and then rocketed out. And then where did we go? Right to supply. So we popped from this demand to the supply. And we'll see if we can get through this. And then you have another supply zone up here that you'll probably see some resistance in. And then you'll come back down to demand. So we'll see. When do you think the Bitcoin will bottom? I'm thinking about end of year based on the yearly time frame, aka December, since looking at 6-12-month prices always close at the bottom of the year, but I'm hearing that things are happening faster. Yeah, I mean, as far as time-wise, it's very hard to tell, you know, when Bitcoin's going to ultimately make its bottom. It's very hard to tell. I mean, we can see, right? Price has thrown a lot of people off in this sort of chopping, you know, wave up. And you can see it on the chart. Like, it's just very choppy. It's not very impulsive. It's just a steady, like, just slow grind up. And everything before that was corrective as well. So let me get a fresh Bitcoin chart, because this one's all... There's too much stuff on it. But you can see, like, we chopped around a lot here. Chopped around a lot, 3-wave move, and then just this slow kind of grinding chop up. It's really not impulsive, which is what you want to see off the bottom. I mean, I could be wrong, but you know, the overall greater macro economy is not looking very good right now. And if we hike rates next month, we'll see what happens, because there are actually I think the rate odds right now are in favor of a rate hike next month, and then the next rate cut doesn't come till July of 2027. So we'll see. But it could take 3 to 6 months. I think everyone just has a short-term mindset right now. We're looking at this move and everyone's getting euphoric, and they're all screaming, "We're back, we're back, we're going to all-time highs." There's a lot of different things that have to happen to get back to all-time highs. That's you have to, what, 60K from here? No, 40K from here. You got to rise up another 40K. So there's a lot of things that you have to pass first to get up there. Next target on Circle. Circle's in supply right now, so it's probably going to see some resistance and it'll probably pull back to demand. Thoughts on why there has been price action recently? I'm not sure what you mean. Well, we're in supply right now on Hood, so I do think we'll probably see some resistance here. Mods ban. Yeah, we gotta ban that guy. No more gold TP in bio. We're not doing that. We're not doing no gold TP in bio. We're not doing that. I still have more downside on Bitcoin. It's more of a midterm, not a short-term thing. Possibly holding till December based on yearly, assuming it bottoms at the end of the year. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, if you look at the whole structure, if we get scenario 2, that would mean we just prolong it and we go until the end of the year. But you have this here, this here, this here, and then this here. Like everything's just choppy 3-wave correction since January of 2025. So that's why price action has been so weird, because it's not been impulsive, it's been corrective. We have this 3-wave move down, this 3-wave move up, this 1, 2, 3, and then this wave 4, and then wave 5 down. We're waiting for that to complete. That could also turn into scenario 2, which this is a 3-wave move, 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 and then we get another 3-wave move down. So again, we'll see what happens. Is the president shilling meme coins good or bad for crypto long term? Short term was obviously bad. I don't know. I don't do meme coins, so I don't entirely know. There was a chart actually shared. I don't know if he's in here right now, but ISM predictions. The ISM report. Where was that prediction? There was let me see if I can find it. Oh, I can't share it on here, but someone was sharing the ISM predictions. It's going to go like this and then dump. So that, we'll see. That also drives a lot of things going down. But nonetheless, we'll see what happens. Let's see. What do we got? I mean, Tao's been doing pretty well. That was a swing trade we took in a few months ago, back in April, actually. Last month we took a swing trade on Tao, got in around here, and now it's up to here. So nice swing trade on Tao. We took some swing trade on Robinhood. Let's see what else. We got some other ones, but yeah, for the question on Circle, we're in supply right now. So we're getting rejected at supply. I think that's the weekly. Yeah, we're getting rejected at supply on Circle. So we'll probably pop down here to demand and then, maybe go up. Can you check Pengu? Pengu. What do we got on Pengu? I haven't looked at Pengu in a minute. I mean, there's really not that much structure for Pengu, to be honest. I mean, this 3-wave move up, 3-wave move down, like that's really all it is. I mean, we might have our first impulse here, potentially, on Pengu. It appears that way. Let's see. Yeah, it appears that way. We have this wave 1 here, 2 here, 3 up here, 4 here, and then 5. So, that looks to me like an impulsive wave. We have a 5-wave move up. And then we have a 3-wave move down, which we're currently sitting at the 0.5. So 5-wave move up, A, B, C down to the 0.5. I mean, not a bad entry. We may come down to the 618 or the 786 when Bitcoin corrects. But short term, this could pop. But, decent 5-wave move on Pengu. Oh, Peng, not Pengu, Peng. Okay. Oh, we got another Julia. Stop loss in bio. No, thank you. No, thank you. Roll Tide. What's going on? Explain a swing trade. So it's just like a fancy term. It's not anything, it's not anything like super, super duper technical, but all it means is like a day trade, you're looking to get in and out within a day. Like that's why it's called a day trade. So you're looking to buy a stock, buy a futures contract, buy an option trade, whatever it is, whatever, you're trading, you buy it and then you sell within a day. So that's the essential what a day trade is. You can look for a day trade for a day or two, like 1 to 2 days, you're looking to buy and sell. Swing trade, I would say like you're looking to hold it for a week to a month to maybe 2 months. Like that would be more of a swing trade to me. where you're looking to buy an asset, whether it's a stock, you know, maybe a longer term call option, put option, and you're looking to hold it for like a short to mid time frame, you know, anywhere from a week to 2 weeks to a month, you know, 2 months, like that's more of a swing trade. And then more of a long-term investing style, I would say like anything over like 3 months. Anything over 3 months would be more of a longer term investment. And when you're investing this type of way, there's a different analysis you have on what's up, Gav's dad? Thank you for the roses. You always come in here and bless me with the roses, so I appreciate that. 35 big ones. But if you're looking to take a swing trade, you're going to analyze, you know, maybe on the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, the 4 hour. Whereas a day trade, you're going to look at the hourly, the 15 minute, the 5 minute, you know, because you're capturing sort of smaller movements. You want to go down in time frame. If you're looking for more of a longer term invest, you're going to focus on monthly, weeklies, and dailies. And that's I mean, I do day trade and I do some swing trading, but on a long term investment, which is what I typically talk about on TikTok because it's more of an easier concept for people to learn, I mainly focus on monthly, weekly, and daily time frames. And when I do that and then price doesn't do something within a day or two, people freak out and they're like, why isn't it doing what you said it was doing? Well, it's because I'm analyzing a chart on a monthly, weekly, and daily time frame. It could take 3 months, it could take 6 months for these things to play out. Whereas if I'm trying to do it on a smaller time frame, you know, what's going to happen within a week, I'm going to look at it on the 4 hour and hourly chart to be able to analyze what that looks like. So it's very different on the way that you analyze charts. So you're saying Hood could go down to 64 again? Possible. There is a demand zone down there for sure. And if it gets down there, I would expect a pop. If Bitcoin at 90K, then what? If we get up to 89K, that would be in supply. And that for me would be the top of the wave B. So then we should expect an ABC down, yes. No telegrams. We're not doing telegrams. No telegrams. 4x gold, stop shilling. We're not doing telegrams. We're not doing any of that bullshit. But if we're looking at like I'll go to Bitcoin right now. Let's go to Bitcoin right now. Let's go to Coinbase. Or actually, let's go to the Bitcoin futures. Let's go to the Bitcoin futures. See what we got. Hold on. Is there perp futures on here or just regular futures? Hold on. Yeah, let's just go to this. All right, so chart's clean. Let's look at 4 hour. Let's analyze the 4 hour to see what we could potentially have in the next day or so. So let's see. Actually, let's start at the daily. All right. So daily, kind of chopping around here, but we got this supply zone here on the daily. We've already tagged it once, twice, and then potentially a third time. We got some demand down here, but did we close through this? We did not. We have this demand zone here, but again, this is Bitcoin futures, the CME futures, so the chart may look a little bit different. We didn't close through it, but we've already tagged it once and then popped out. We also have this demand down here. Actually, technically, this would be demand as well. So let me drag this over. All right, so we have this demand zone down here, demand zone right here, supply zone here. We've already tagged it a couple times. Let's go to the 4 hour. Let's see what we got. So 4 hour, we've already tagged that once. We've already tagged this once as well. But nonetheless, still level. So we got that supply zone there. We have this. I mean, that's a lot of basing right there. But technically speaking, all of those are base candles. So it would be, I mean, this whole zone is a demand zone. You spent a lot of time there, so I wouldn't necessarily see. All Stop spamming Mr. Wilson or Mr. William. We're getting no spamming Telegram groups. We're not going to do that. Someone said this is why you don't get bet against the bull market. All right, so we got demand here, supply here. Let's see if we got anything else on supply. The next lowest supply would be down here, or demand would be down here. So we got demand here, demand here. This is a long demand, so I wouldn't expect that to hold if we drop down here. We have this supply that's already been tagged once. Let's go to the hourly. We got a nice hourly zone here, which is untapped. This zone right here. So that could be a potential option right here for a long. Down here it's 79. What's that exact price? 79,880. So that could be a potential option. And then has this zone already been tagged? That zone has already been tagged on the hourly. Once, twice. So this zone hasn't been tagged yet on the hourly. So that's the zone up there. So we got some supply zones. We got some demand zones. We're kind of rejecting off of this supply right now. So we came up into the supply, rejected down. Did we form any new structure here? We kind of did to some extent. I mean, not really. Not really. But that would be what I would look for. So, you know, if we pump back up into the supply up here, you could look for a short. Ideally, you'd actually want to look for a long down here at this untapped 1 hour. And I think that was the daily as well. No, that was the 4 hour. 4 hour, and then that daily overlap with that hourly. I mean, 79,880 would be an actual potential for a long trade. Someone said long gold futures, maybe 85K to be honest, and then down. Yeah, I mean it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible, but you know you still have to get through this supply and demand. So that would be a potential opportunity. Now, is there anything on the 15-minute that would be like, all right, we can maybe talk about an actionable setup? I mean this has already been tapped once. This hasn't been tapped up here. So that hasn't been tapped. We could see a reaction at 82.075. And then supply would be here at, was that 81 something? 81 and some change. 81,485. So I mean, technically you could take a short from 82,075 to 81,485 if you wanted to do like a short-term trade. You could do that if you so desired to take that short of a trade. But that would really be only the only actionable items on Bitcoin. Check out GC1. Is that gold? I'm guessing this. Yeah, GC1. Yeah, we can check out GC1. What do we got on GC1? A lot of chip chop here on GC1. I mean, all this kind of looks like supply, to be honest. But let's go down to the 4 hour, see if we can find anything. We got a supply here on the 4 hour. So, untapped supply here. At, what's that zone? 4684.2. 4684.2 would be a supply zone on the 4 hour. Demand would be all the way down here on the 4 hour, right here. So that would be the closest demand zone down here at 4570.5. So we got a demand zone down here, supply zone up here. On the hourly, same thing. On the hourly, you know, you kind of have this small little zone here, which kind of overlaps, but let's see if we have anything. Oh, that's a nice overlap right there, actually. If price came back there, I mean, that would be a decent short, honestly. Right here. So you got an hour, 4-hour overlap at 4684.2. Depending on how this closes in the next 7-8 minutes, this could be your demand zone here. Depending. Johnny, I'm looking for possible longs. Damn it, I keep on missing it. Have you checked? Have you done VKTX? No, I can do that. If it closes above that, then long for sure. Yeah, I mean, that would be your first level of supply and supply to get through right here. So you have a 4-hour hourly overlap. There is also this short little demand right here potentially forming, which if that candle closes in the next 7 minutes, super bullish, you know, that would be an area of potential demand here. You know, you'd have this zone right here. So that's something to consider as well on this potential short on gold. But it's not formed yet. Like, this candle hasn't finished. You don't really know. 15-minute. You got a nice 15-minute right here. So you got a little baby 15-minute right here. And then you don't really have any 15s up here, honestly. The closest 15 would be this. That would be the closest 15. Right there. So you could technically take that 15, but the 4-hour overlap at 4684.2 looks good. What we got? Check out hype. Mikey said check out hype. Yeah, we could look at hype. Actually, hype has got some pretty good integrations with some of the... I think Coinbase has the hype chart. The best one, I want to say. Or no, maybe it's not this one. Maybe it's Kraken or Bitstamp. Maybe Bitstamp. I can't remember which one it was. I mean, structurally wise, there's really, like, Elliott Wave perspective, there's really nothing on Elliott Wave here that could be a potential. Nothing really on Elliott Wave that could be a potential. I mean, and it's hard to draw supply and demand zones with lower market cap. You kind of want bigger market caps for those. Have you traded professionally? No, I've never traded professionally. Hype will rip. Yeah, I mean, Hype's got some good things. If you look at, where is it? Visa. We looked at it yesterday. Visa. There we are. On-chain analytics. If you go down here, where's Hype? Here it is. Layer 2 blockchains, Hype. It's on Visa, like the credit card, the financial company Visa. Hype would be a layer 2 blockchain that is on there. And there's also Circle. If you go to Circle and you go to platform USDC, and then scroll down, Hype EVM is there as well. So you also have Hype on Circle's website and Visa. To me, from a fundamental standpoint, Hype's got some good things going for it. I mean, the chart looks good. I can't really tell, you know, from an Elliott Wave standpoint, there's really not clear wave count, so it's really hard to tell. Like, there's just a lot of overlapping structure. But I think Hype, given the fundamentals, will probably do pretty well. Have you heard of trade phantoms? Good trading techniques you're using. It's exactly what professionals we call IOF. Oh, I'll have to look into it, Johnny. I appreciate that. What, it's trade phantoms? I'll look into it. GC1 is going to disrespect all bearish fair value gap and shoot for liquidity in those highs above on gold. Is that something you do, Johnny? I'm just curious. Where was futures? There we are. What was it in those highs above? You're talking about these highs right here? All right, with these gold sell now TP and bio. No, thank you. No, thank you. Maybe on the live streams, maybe moving forward, we'll just do, instead of like going through charts, we'll just do some live trading. Maybe that. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? Instead of doing like the charts and shit, maybe we do some live trading. What do you guys think? Yeah, do trading. Okay. Maybe starting Sunday I can do that. Sounds good. I can do it. If you're running in losses, just join my Telegram. No. No Telegrams. Good idea. Yeah, do trading. Okay, trade. Good idea. Trade fan or a group who teach. Oh, fuck yeah. All right, yeah, I'll look into it. I can definitely look into it. That sounds good. Because I try to get better every single day, man. I try to just educate myself on the best way that I can possibly learn all of this stuff and get the best knowledge I can possibly get to be, you know, the best investor, best trader that I can be, so that I can check 1 minute. Yeah, trade maybe TA end of week. Yeah, I'm down. Because the next live stream will be Sunday, so maybe we can do some Bitcoin trading on Sunday. I think that sounds good, because I want to make these lives fun for y'all. Like, looking through the same charts every single time, I feel like, I don't know, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it could get boring after a while just looking at the same charts on repeat. So instead of doing that, maybe we'll just do some live trading. I think that'll be fun. So we can just do that, moving forward. What do you trade Bitcoin in? I traded on Coinbase. Coinbase has the derivatives on there. So, I think for like beginners, I would say Coinbase. I'm sure there's probably other exchanges out there, but Coinbase has served me pretty well. Yeah, you seem to be doing well. I usually recommend that for beginners. Fuck yeah. All right, yeah, I'll look into it. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. After I get off the stream, I'll look into that. But good stuff, man. See you later. Absolutely, Johnny. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a good day as well. When we are pumping, everything will be fine. Yeah, I agree. The market is open for it on the weekends. Yeah, I think I want to say Coinbase perps are 24/7, I think. I'm pretty sure. What's up, Sonny? How are you? I often trade Bitcoin futures on Robinhood, but it's only open on weekdays. I think Coinbase... Let me see. Hold on. Let me Google it. Are Coinbase perps 24/7 trading? I think they're 24/7. Yeah. So Coinbase perpetual futures are available to trade 24/7. Yeah. So you can trade perpetual futures or standard futures contracts on Coinbase 24/7. And you can request, I think the max is 10x leverage though. So you can only request up to 10x leverage. I don't think you can go higher than that on Coinbase. Try to find a 10 to 20x coin to trade. What's up, Roll Tide? That is... I mean, if we find one, that would be great. I do like EOS and VeChain. I will say, I think EOS and VeChain could pull a 20x. Both of them. I think both of them from the current price could pull a 20x. I am confused. Will Bitcoin correct soon or up from here, sir? Yeah, no changes on Bitcoin. We were just looking at gold futures. Actually, let me go to a clean Bitcoin chart. But yeah, I mean, for Coinbase has you can trade 24/7 on Coinbase with perps. So Aruba, yeah. Sunny knows. Got them already? Yeah, me too. I loaded up on VeChain and EOS. BitUnex is a good exchange too. Can you trade that one in the US though? That would be the only thing. Is that available in the US? I'm not sure. I'd have to look at other exchanges. But I know Coinbase, for me, it's easy. And from a tax standpoint, they already calculate everything for me, so it's just simplicity for me. And 10x leverage is fine. I mean, would I like to be up to 50? Sure, but it is what it is. True. Yeah, the taxes can be a bitch sometimes too. You're like, what did I trade? When did I buy this? What's my cost average? For me, I find Coinbase the easiest for that because they just calculate everything for you. But hell yeah, they can. Yeah, if there's a way, maybe I can reach out to Coinbase, be like, yo, give me a 50x leverage on Coinbase, because leverage can be a useful tool if you know how to use it. Because you can, you can reduce your exposure, reduce the amount of capital you put at risk. So there's definitely you can definitely get burned by it if you don't know what you're doing, but it definitely is a great tool. But Bitcoin, no changes, man. Again, like, price has been slowly just grinding up, which, you know, it is what it is. You know, I don't control price action, so institutions do that. I don't control this stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, there's our zones on the monthly. We have this supply zone up here and demand zone here. So take your pick, you know, where price wants to go. We could reject here and then go down to demand, fill up, and then pump back to supply and then drop. I mean, that's possible. Again, a lot's possible, but structurally speaking, there's still more downside, in my opinion. The level that I'm watching at 87,000, what was it on this one? 87. I think it's different on certain exchanges. I had it on Coinbase. What is it on Coinbase? So on Coinbase, that invalidation level for scenario 1, not scenario 2. Scenario 1, my invalidation level is $87,767. Would be my invalidation level of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenario to the downside. If we invalidate that, then we should reject at supply and then come back down to demand. So that would be how I would trade it. We likely come here, bounce down, bounce up, bounce down, and maybe come through this supply. But, you know, again, I don't have a crystal ball. I can only trade what price action's given me. Ever tried predicting Bitcoin price for the next cycle using cycles based on Elliott Wave Theory and fibs? I mean, after this correction's done, you know, at 60 to 50K, my next target's 200 to 300. So, nah, higher. Possible. Hey, you know, again, when you're looking at the market and using technical analysis, you're using probabilities, not opinions or feelings. You're just basing it off probabilities. What time period are you trading? It depends. Like, I mean, on Sunday, we'll do some live trading. I think people are interested in that. So as opposed to just going through charts, we can just do some live Bitcoin trading. You know, I think that would be fun. I think a lot of people would enjoy that. So we can do some live Bitcoin trading on Sunday for the stream. Bottom is in, maybe hit 75K again. That would be the low. Possible. It's possible, Kent. It's also not possible. So, you know, again, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I know where I'm placing my bet, but again, I may be contrary to most people, and I don't know if most people like that I think something different than them, but it is what it is, man. I can't control y'all opinions. I really don't give a shit about y'all's opinions most of the time. You know, I do and I don't. Like, you know, I respect your opinions, but, you know, I just have a differing opinion, and that's fine. You know, that's the healthy debate of people. You know, some people have these opinions, and then you may differ. So it is what it is. I'm buying all the way down. Yeah, I mean, once we get the rip, I'm loading up for sure. I've already bought heavy in 2022, so I'm not really like, I don't really care either way. If it goes up, great. My positions go up. If it goes down, I just buy more. Like, I don't really care. What do you think about a massive movement of Bitcoin today? What do you think about a massive movement of Bitcoin today? I mean, what was it up today? It was up 3%. I wouldn't really call that a massive movement. You know, a massive movement would be 10%, but I mean, 3% is kind of standard for Bitcoin. Nick, are you bearish or bullish for Bitcoin? Long-term bullish, sort of like mid-term more bearish. But long-term, I mean, my next target on Bitcoin is 200 to 300K. So I definitely like Bitcoin. I mean, I want Bitcoin to go up. I'm just basing it off of the chart. You know, I can't really control the chart. Bitcoin went from 80 to 60 once. It will do so again. Yeah, I mean, we dropped from... I mean, you saw it. We dropped from... Well, we actually technically dropped from higher. But yeah, Matt, you're right. You would be accurate in saying that. I mean, we dropped from 93 all the way to 60 in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. That was as quick as it took to get from 93 to 60. 3 weeks right here. Boom. These 3-week candles, you went from 93 to 60. So we could also go from here to 50 in 3 to 4 weeks and just have a massive sell-off. That is possible. So yeah, I mean, take your bets, man. If you want to buy here, that's fine. I would just say if you're buying here, you're most likely going to be holding for long term. I wouldn't expect to buy here and see a massive pump to 150. That's just not going to happen. But if you want to buy here and hold for long term, I mean, it's not a bad buy. I mean, if you want to buy here and hold for 5 years, you're chilling. Bitcoin will probably be at, 400K by then. So it doesn't really matter, in the grand scheme of things. But I know a lot of people have short-term mindsets where they're like, I need to make as much money as I physically can in the next week or month. I would say investing now carries a lot more risk to do that because there is the chance based on what the structure is showing that we drop. So if you're buying now to make a shit ton of money, I would say the risk to reward doesn't necessarily look that good. For Bitcoin specifically, there are other assets that you can buy that are at a discount that structurally look better for a chance to do what you want to do is, make, a good amount of money in a short period of time. Why do you think EOS and VeChain got potential? Just based on the structure and based on just the fundamentals behind the projects. So, I mean, VeChain's doing, I like VeChain a lot. Like, VeChain, I really do like. One of my sneak picks that I don't think a lot of people know about is CeeLo. That's one of my sneak picks, is CeeLo. I know it's down a lot, but the fundamentals look really good on this project. All-time high around, I think, $10. We're currently at 9 cents. But from a long-term standpoint, like the fundamentals on CeeLo, they're integrated with a lot of things. They're mentioned on Circle's website, mentioned on Visa's website. I think they're the first, or they claim to be the first, mobile first blockchain or something like that. I like CeeLo long term, and the token, not the tokenomics, the fundamentals behind it. Like if you go to Token Terminal, look really good. Spell it CEL right here, CELOUSD, CeeLo. You can buy it on Coinbase. It's on Coinbase. I like it. It's at a big discount right now, but I think they're mentioned on Circle's website, if I'm not mistaken. Because we looked in the other day. I want to say they were here. Maybe it wasn't Circle. Maybe it was... yeah, right here. CeeLo. Right here. So they're on Circle. Where's Visa? I think it's on Visa as well. Yeah, right here. CeeLo. So they're on Visa and they're on Circle. I like it. I think it's a good project. The tokenomics look pretty good on it too. So that's one of my sneak picks, man. CeeLo, look into it. Do your own research. Not financial advice. Not a recommendation to buy it, but I just like the project. Same thing with EOS. Just structurally, it looks good. Let's see, what else we got? I mean, Tao's been ripping good since entry. That one's good. I mean, Circle's up since entry. I like him short term for a call option. I like Iron for a short term call option. Meta, I'm waiting for the puts on Meta. I think Netflix was call options. Yeah, I'm waiting for call options on Meta. Or put options on Meta, call options on Netflix. But I got some things on my radar, man. See what happens. I mean, just because I'm bearish on Bitcoin doesn't mean I can't make money in other assets. Bitcoin's not the only asset. There are plenty of things to trade in the meantime. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. Shorting on gold futures now for sure. We can go back to gold futures. I don't really trade the 1 minute chart. Like, that's not really something I do. But what do we got? Snapchat looks like a good buy. I like Snapchat. It's on my radar. The earnings was good. what was it back in, what was the earnings? The earnings was like 25% over and a little bit of a surprise on revenue, but I got some demand zones down here. I'm waiting for Circle to hit on a monthly, weekly level down here. So I'm not really buying here. To me, it's just in the middle. So I'll wait for the price to come down to demand before I buy. I'll probably look to long Snapchat when we get down to these demand zones down here. I'll probably look to take a long trade on those. But what do we got on futures? You said short. We're going short on futures or gold futures. What do we got? What we got on gold? Are we in this right now? We're almost in that. We're almost in this 5-minute supply. So we got a nice 5-minute supply up here. There's no real overlap. It's just the 5-minute, standalone. But you also have this 5-minute demand here. So, I mean, that risk reward's, I guess, semi-decent if you were to short from up here. It's about a 2.85 risk reward right there, about a 2.85, from this 5-minute to this 5-minute. Not bad. But I don't really go down to the 5 minutes, though. Show ES. Here we go to ES. You look like you need a massage. I mean, I guess. What? I don't know why. That made me laugh. ES. Okay. What do you want to see on ES? What we got on ES? What you thinking? APH. Yeah, we can do that after. What are we looking for on ES? What do we got? I mean, that was a massive rally on ES today. I mean, it's not really great. Maybe on the 15-minute. I mean, you kind of have this on the 15-minute right here. But you've already tagged it once, twice, and then we're kind of in it again. You also have this up here. At the top for supply, you got this little zone here, but we've already tagged it a couple times, so I wouldn't expect this thing. I wouldn't expect this thing to, I mean, it might hold, but I really wouldn't expect it to. Let's see what else we got. This zone's already been tagged. You got a nice little zone here on the 15-minute for demand. Got a nice little demand zone down here. That could be an interesting spot to go long. Down here. 75-20. 75-20. Could be an interesting 15-minute long zone. The bot likes slow dancing and massages. These bots get clever every day, man. What's up, Freedom? What's going on? I guess the bot likes massages and slow dances. Fuck yeah. Is that what is that? Is that chicken legs? What? I don't even know what that picture is. I don't even know what that is. I mean, you kind of have this 5-minute supply up here. But, I mean, that's a really small time frame. The 15 minutes already been tagged once. I mean, this 5-minute almost. But, I mean, this structure doesn't look phenomenal, if I'm being honest. I mean, maybe down here, there's another demand zone down here. So you have that level down here as well. I mean, that's kind of far away. You have this demand zone right here that hasn't been touched. So you got a couple key levels down here. You know, given this supply zone has already been tagged a couple times, I really wouldn't trade this one. That doesn't really make sense. But there is some supply up here, you know, at that level. So if we pump back into here on the 15-minute, you know, we could see some retracement out of there. But I think it's a standalone 15. There is a 5-minute on top of that as well. So, yeah, that could be a zone. That could be a zone for sure. You got a 5-minute supply on top of a 15. So we could see a reaction to the downside there. That could be a zone for sure. Are we about to hit wave 5? Yeah, Bitcoin still, Robinhood PE is too high. It may come down to 50. I mean, it's possible, but you have a huge institutional level at between 63 and 69, so you'd have to get through that first. But yeah, I mean, for Bitcoin, we're kind of just in the area that I was anticipating the wave C to be in, between 81 and 84, and then expecting downside. So right now, I'm just waiting. There's really nothing to do on Bitcoin right now. It's either it dumps between 81 to 84, or we pump up into 89 and then we dump from there. So those are kind of the key levels. You know, somewhere around the 84. There is a supply zone on Bitcoin at 84, so you'd have to get through that. But somewhere around 84, if we decide to pump up to that level, I would expect some reaction to the downside there. And then if we do start retracing to the downside there, that could be the start of the move. Or we pump up to 89, hit a massive monthly, weekly, daily overlap supply at around 89K. And that could potentially be the local top before we go down to the downside. So that's what I'm thinking. Let's see what else we got. But yeah, I think, all right, let me check the Discord. There were some people in the Discord. What we got? Won't do that, but I'm tempted. I don't know if Drew's in here, but are you in here, Drew? No, I don't think you're in here, but I was looking at the Discord. Yeah, but those would be the levels. Those would be the levels. I mean, those would be the levels on ES as well. So, I mean, if you get up here to supply, I think that would be a decent level to potentially look for a short. But you kind of just got to be patient with it, unfortunately. So, we'll see. You know, I'll draw a line here of what time it is, and then we'll see what it does. I'm going to draw a line there and come back to it later and see if we pump up into supply and reject, and then we can reevaluate. But, all right, I think I'm going to cut the stream there. I'm kind of tired today, so I think I'm going to cut the stream there. And then Sunday, for those of you that would like to join on Sunday, I think instead of going through chart requests, we'll just do some live trading on Bitcoin. Or maybe Ethereum, but probably mainly Bitcoin. So we'll do some live trading, or I'll do some live trading. And then for those that want to follow along or take trades, you don't have to, I mean, it's not really, you don't have to, but I'll do some live trading on Sunday. I think that sounds fun. Do you prefer long Bitcoin or short? Depends on the structure. I like both. You can long Bitcoin, short Bitcoin. You know, there's definitely opportunities to do both. But I think we'll do that on Sunday. We can do some live trading on Sunday. You know, I'll pull up. I got to figure out how to pull up the account without showing like all my information. But I'll figure that out in the back end. And then we can do some live trading of Bitcoin. Maybe I could integrate TradingView with Coinbase and then do it that way. I don't know, but I'll figure something out. Why is taking forever for Bitcoin? That is a great question, Kush. That is a great question. I wish I had the answer to that. Oh, look, the bot's in here throwing some emojis. Great. That is a question I don't have the answer to. I'm going to be honest. I don't have the answer to that question. I think a lot of the uncertainty that's in the markets right now, you got the Iran war, the kind of back and forth. We have a ceasefire. We don't have a ceasefire. Then you have... the inflation ticking up, which is putting pressure on the Fed to, instead of cut rates, hike rates. So there's some uncertainty there. There's a lot of just uncertainty in the market right now. So it's just kind of chop city. Any tips for XAU? We were just looking at gold futures. This will be the last one, then I'm gonna log off. Because I am tired. I mean, you're kind of in supply right now. So you're kind of in this supply zone. You have a big demand zone down here, though. I mean, it's a massive demand zone, but you're kind of in between this massive demand and then this supply on the weeklies, monthlies. Not really any. I mean, there's this demand zone on the monthlies right here. So you have this monthly on top of weekly. Let's see what else. Daily. I mean, you have this daily zone here, which I think's been tapped already. I don't know if it has, actually. Yeah, so it's been tapped once, but you got a nice little daily, monthly, weekly overlap here on supply. I mean, demand. We're in supply right now. You can see, you know, prices kind of getting rejected. I'd imagine we'd come back here and then maybe pop off. That would be what I would expect for XAU. Oh, really? You promise? Yeah, Gene, send me money, damn it. You want to pay my rent? Send me some money. But anyways, yeah, will SV top off at the fib first? Yeah, I mean, to me, the S&P is going to blow off top for a wave 5. So we'll see how much longer it extends. You know, does the euphoria continue to happen, or do we get a correction? I'm kind of just being patient. I like my assets that I'm invested in right now. I'm not really looking to add anything from a long-term perspective. I like all my holdings. I've deployed my capital into discounted positions. If the market rallies from here and just shoots up, I'm happy because I invested in discounted assets. If it dumps, I'll just add more. So I'm kind of just, it doesn't matter. I'm neutral. If it goes up, great. If it goes down, great. I really don't care. But in the meantime, whatever the hell decides to happen, do we rip? Do we dump? To me, it does not matter. What I'm trying to do right now is take advantage of some swing trade opportunities to build more capital. So, you know, I'm just doing swing trades and day trades right now and just making some capital or gaining more capital in cash so that when the drop does come, then I can, you know, deploy that capital to positions when they get discounted. But if they don't, I'll just continue to swing trade with that, build up the account, and then, you know, just use that to, you know, make some income. Do you do live trading? I want to learn, or maybe copy you from copying if possible. So Sunday, I think I'm going to move these live streams to more live trading Bitcoin as opposed to just going through charts. You know, I think that gets boring after a while. So we'll do some live trading on Sunday. I also do have a VIP membership program for those that are interested in learning this stuff. But also, you know, in there, I do provide market analysis, you know, setups, things like that for potential swing opportunities. I share charts with, you know, where price kind of like the levels essentially between supply and demand. So that's all part of the VIP. I do coaching in there as well. I don't really try to hard sell it. You know, if you're interested in it, great. If you're not, it doesn't matter to me. But for those that are in there, you know, I make sure that they're my top priority. But yeah, I have that if you're interested. I'd share all my stuff in there, long-term, short-term trades, long-term trades. We do 2 coaching calls a week, which we usually do like market analysis, setup analysis, and then I'll just share my screen and then show people how to do it. And then they also, all the members learn, and then they take that information and then go find their own setups on themselves. So we had a VIP in there actually take a short on Circle today. Made some money, so I was happy about that. But you know, that is something that if you are interested in, all the information's in my bio. So just go to my bio, my link tree's in there, all that information is in there. And the Discord too. So if you want to join the Discord and just be with a community of like-minded people that are interested in investing and trading, and they all share ideas in the Discord, feel free to join that. It is free. Again, it's a free Discord. So if you want to be, in there, there's a lot of Discord members in the chat. I think Freedom's in here. Freedom's a Discord member. I don't know if Freddie's still in here, but he's a VIP. There's a lot of Discord members in here. So, it's a good time. We all, it's just a community of like-minded people. So that's what I want to build it for. And I do share some stuff in the free side, but, obviously more catering to the VIP. So I appreciate the support. I will see all of you guys on Sunday. We'll do some live trading on Sunday. And, we can do some live trading Bitcoin. Good night, Yellowstone. What's going you as well. What is your recommended broker or platform? I live in Canada and currently have PU Prime. I guess it would depend on what you trade. So I guess it's technically Charles Schwab now, but the Thinkorswim platform by Charles Schwab / TD Ameritrade, I use that for stocks and options. So if I'm doing, stock purchases or option purchases, I go through Charles Schwab's Thinkorswim. And then for crypto related stuff, for like futures, I do Coinbase. For their Coinbase perpetual futures and futures contracts, I go through Coinbase. And then I have Kraken too for some off, if I just want to diversify my holdings on different exchanges. Kraken's another solid option. But mainly Coinbase and Thinkorswim, Charles Schwab for my, brokers. Now, I don't do any Forex. I don't do anything like that. Let's see what else. I mainly just do options and some Bitcoin futures. That's kind of what I do. Yes, solid group. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. What do you suggest to learn how to read charts to trade crypto? That's a good question. It took me a long time. You're not going to learn it overnight. I say just try to get as much information as you can. Books are a great option. Learn some strategies on technical analysis. And then if you're really lost, you could consider the VIP side. That's kind of what I do in helping people do this type of stuff. Like the stuff that I just went through today, that's what I teach in the VIP section. So if you're interested in that, feel free to take a look at it. But with that being said, I will see all of you guys on Sunday. We'll do some live trading for Bitcoin, and hope you guys have a great weekend. Good Friday, and I'll see you guys on Sunday.